Hi everybody, Cheryl and Lady coming to you from the Ladies Garden and Home, and today I'm going to tell you what I'm sowing in August. So please join us. So it's towards the early part of August, and I thought I would tell you some of the things that I'm sowing this month. Well, I'm coming to you from the deck today because there are some major storm clouds coming, and I figure I could just jump in if it rains, and I can just pull the equipment in and not have to worry about back and forth from the garden. But anyway, I also wanted to show you what I did with the mini greenhouse. The greenhouse, as you remember, is about 6 feet tall and covered with plastic, and I heard that the plastic doesn't really last year over year if you leave it out in the elements all year. So I decided to kind of deconstruct it and use it as little plant starter stands. So here, which is the first thing I started in August, all different kinds of lettuce. And my goal, if they make it through a good couple of months, is to actually put this back inside the greenhouse once I put it back together, hopefully keep them warm enough throughout the winter. Lettuce is a pretty cold hardy plant. Of course, different lettuce varieties do differently, so we'll see. But I'm also going to be doing that with my arugula and some of my herbs as well. So that's what I'm going to be using the greenhouse for throughout the winter. But getting back to autumn sowing, now's a really important time to start your fall crops. And I did a video on what I started in July. I will link that if you want to take a look at it. And that's when I started my brassicas, my cauliflower, my Brussels sprouts, my broccoli, kale I started. They're up and they're doing very well, and I started those inside because it really is way too hot out here to start your cool weather crops. Out here, they won't even germinate. Also, mid-July, I started my summer squashes. I did zucchini and a golden crookneck, and I planted those yesterday in the ground. My brassicas from the spring were all done, and I took out the last cauliflower. I replaced the zucchini in those spots where those brassicas were. Okay, on to what I'm sowing this month, and I'm going to preface this with saying maybe, because there's quite a heat wave hitting us right now. I'm in Connecticut, southwest Connecticut, zone 7A, and my average last frost date is the middle of October. So the tricky part with your cool weather, your fall crops, is to get them started with enough time to get them established before the cold frost sets in, but balancing that against getting them sown too soon and it's too hot for them. So, this is where we just pay attention to, your 10-day forecast and figure out, when we're going to get a break in the weather, what I need to sow inside as opposed to outside. So the first thing I'm excited about getting started again are carrots. I was succession sowing carrots this spring, did some in March, April, May, but then by June and July it's really too hot for them to germinate. So I'm going to wait till the end of August and see if it's cool enough to go ahead and sow some of these carrots. So for my fall carrots, and hopefully some of them actually will overwinter, they're actually pretty cold hardy. I'm going to do the Nantes half long and little finger, and then I'm going to also sow some Danvers carrots, and hopefully these will be the longer growing carrots. I've got beets. Now, I have been succession sowing beets pretty much all summer, and they're coming up very nicely. But these, again, are also cold hardy. So I'm going to be sowing some more Detroit dark red beets, early wonder tall top beets, and bull's blood beets. This is the one with the beautiful red leaves. I may do some more rainbow chard. These last almost all the winter for me, and then they start blushing up again in the spring. I do have quite a bit of it in my green stock, so depends on how much space I have in the garden after I figure out where I'm going to put all my brassicas that I'm planting. But I do like Swiss chard very much, and it's been performing for me very, very well all summer. And I'm finding that I like it as a substitute not just for spinach, but also the stalk, the long stalks and the different colors, is a very nice substitute for celery. Cilantro likes the cool weather, so I did plant one pocket of my green stalk with the cilantro, but I'm going to do a succession. Dill. Now, in one of my videos, I showed you how to harvest seeds, and I harvested quite a lot of dill seeds, so I didn't need to go into the packet. Basically, what I've been doing is, as I've been taking the seed heads, the dill seed heads, I've just been kind of sprinkling them outside in the garden to see where they'll germinate. Okay, the lettuce I showed you, and they're starting to come up. And I might wait till the fall and plant a little bit more. But one thing I did not plant yet was arugula, and that's because I think it's just way too hot so far. So I'm going to wait on the arugula until it's much cooler. And for the lettuces, I put in some Little Gem, which is a romaine. I put in some Bib's Blend, some Butter Crunch Bib, Speckles, a couple of blends actually, a gourmet blend, Red Leaf, which I like the color, Black Seeded Simpson, and Batavia Ariana. Parsley, I have a couple of parsley plants growing, but I do like to have a succession of that, so I'm going to put in some parsley. It also likes the cool weather. Looking forward to some fall peas. I popped some in the ground, and I also sowed some inside, probably a little too early, but I was curious to know if the seeds that I saved would germinate, and they did. They germinated very nicely. Radishes. I actually have very, very few seeds left. I just ordered some seeds that are coming. One's a watermelon radish. I'm kind of excited. I've never tried that. One is a cherry globe. And so this is a French breakfast. And I've had these. They're not too terrific to grow through the summer heat because they get very, very spicy, and I'm not crazy about that. I like a more mild radish, so I'm going to be sowing these. Turnips. Haven't ever grown these successfully. I put 2 turnip plants in last fall, direct sowed them. And they overwintered fine. I didn't even have to cover them. But I think I just left them in the ground too long, and they were very woody. So these are purple top, white globe, and hopefully I'll get the timing right. Another thing that I ordered today, and I'm kind of excited about it, I don't think I've even ever eaten it, is rutabaga. So apparently that's a great winter crop. And anyway, I'm going to try those. I'm excited about getting those seeds in. And then spinach. Spinach, like arugula, really does not like the hot weather, so I'm going to just wait and see what it's like towards the end of the month. Here in Connecticut, towards the end of August, we get some nice crisp evenings that are not hot and humid, and going into September. So hopefully, like I said, we'll keep an eye on the weather. But anyway, I've got Bloomsdale spinach. This heirloom variety is among the best winter spinach varieties. So I grew, the last couple of years, I've grown spinach throughout the winter. And you get some in the fall, and then they go kind of dormant in the really, really dark days of winter. But then they're back up and running in the spring. And then this is an Indian summer hybrid. It's not supposed to bolt in the heat as much. So I'm thinking, let me put this in you know, now, and see how it does in germinating, and hopefully it won't bolt and go to seed before the cooler weather comes in. And then last but not least, I'm very excited about this. I got the cutest note from my brother. It was a thank you note, and it's from a company called thoughtfulhuman.co. And the card is Plantable. The paper is actually, seeds are actually pressed into the paper, and you can plant it. So I'm going to plant it. I'm very excited. I looked it up, and in this card there are, these are the kind of flowers: bird's eye, clarkia, black-eyed Susan, catchfly, snapdragon, and sweet alyssum, which is one of my absolute favorites. And I had a hard time finding more seeds this year for some reason. I don't know why. But anyway, I thought that was very, very exciting. Shout out to my brother Alex. Thank you. And we'll be planting that. So you may say to yourself, wow, that is a lot of seeds and a lot of plants you're starting. Where are you going to put them? Because we still have the tomatoes in, we still have the all the peppers, we've got, you know, the garden beds are pretty full. Well, a couple of things. Certain things are going to be coming out soon, okay? So I've got the potatoes in containers, so those will be freed up. I'm going to pull probably the pumpkin plant because it's kind of not doing too well. The corn will be harvested hopefully in September, and when you start things in trays, and whether you start them inside or you start them outside, that's going to that buys you some time, and it gives them a place to live well until it's time to plant them out. So that's what I plan on doing with most of these crops. I'm not going to be direct sowing them. I just don't have the room. And also, if you have the space, you can go ahead and put in a new garden bed. It's not that difficult. In fact, I'm working on a video about how I did mine. But basically, it's a matter of putting down a layer of cardboard, getting the cardboard really, really wet, then putting down some good garden soil, and then some compost on top, and you're ready to plant. Put a good couple of inches of good soil on there so you can plant right away. And unfortunately, I don't really have that much more room, so I may need to use some more grow bags or containers. And then the other thing is that I can't tie myself so much to my garden layout plan. I have to find where there are spots available and pop things in. But as things come out, the beets, the carrots that I planted in the spring, if you got the plants ready, you can just pop them in as you pull out other ones. So that's it. That's going to be the month of August. It has been so hot here. I don't know where it is, how it is there, and it's been like a drought. And you know, that's why when I see the storm clouds coming, I don't even believe it. I don't even believe it. That's not rain. Nope, that's just heavier humidity. I'm very excited to be able to know that I can successfully grow food throughout the fall and the winter, because I did that in the past. And if you're curious to know how I did that, I will link in the bottom of this description the video that I did on how to overwinter your vegetables. Anyway, I hope you liked this video. If you did, please give it a like. And if you haven't already, please subscribe. I would love to share this adventure of gardening with you, and share it with your friends too. Thank you so much for joining us today from the Ladies Garden and Home. Enjoy your gardening journey. Bye!